Welcome back, everyone. I'm Setharoth, and today we are taking another deep dive into the spell mod Phenderix. Of course, calling this a spell mod is a bit of an insult because, let's face it, this adds a whole heck of a lot more to the game than just spells, but there's hundreds of spells, so you can bet that we're going to be doing a deep dive into those beautiful spells. We've already talked a little bit in a previous video about the different houses of their school of witchcraft and wizardry. There are lore, and there's two different versions, a lore-friendly version and a Harry Potter-friendly version that you can pick. But what I'd like to draw your attention to for this demo is this room here called the Spell Experimentation Room. Now this room is, I can't believe that it took me this long to find a magic mod that actually does this, because all you got to do here is use up your magicka, stand on the slab, and your magicka comes back. So it's literally a training room that brings your magicka back. So with that in mind, we are going to experiment with some of these Phenderix spells. And for this video, we're going to focus on those involving fire. We are unleashing our inner pyro. So the first one we're going to do is Fire Channel. This is the apprentice level fire spell from Phenderix, and as you can see, it just, like, if it's far away, it bursts into flames. What I like most about this is the range. Look at the range on that thing. You can almost snipe with this. And yeah, the reach is fantastic. And it is obviously damage over time. This is an apprentice level spell, so it's not going to be game breaking. But you can dual wield it, obviously. And I am, for the demo, using our Dremora Churl. Every time it dies, it is respawned under the service of whoever killed it. So that is actually from the, I believe that's from the Apocalypse spell mod. That is not, has nothing to do with Phenderix. You won't find that in Phenderix. Anyway, so this is your basic fire spell that you will get from Phenderix, which I like it. It's a more ranged version of flames. Actually, you know what? While we're doing a demo, I do wonder if, let's see, so Fire Channel does 15 damage per second, and Flames does 12. So this does do a little more damage than Flames, but I think its real claim to fame is the range on this. Like, the range is fantastic. You can really light something up long before they get to you. And I like the precision as well, because whenever I have a follower, I tend to set them on fire. So being able to specifically not set my friends on fire, that's a good habit to work on in my gaming experiences. So, all right, we can go ahead and take Fire Channel off of the list. What is next? Next, let's look at Fire Bomb. This is one that I actually have not used before, but we have a lovely little friend right here. Set the bomb off in how many seconds? 5, 10. Let's set it up to 10 seconds. Bomb has been placed. Oh, okay, whatever that. Oh no, we need something to die there. Stay right there, Mr. Churl. Just, oh, okay. Oh, geez. Okay. I almost... what's the range on this thing? Ooh, okay. Let me just add a healing spell to what I have prepped here, because I didn't think that I would have to worry about accidentally killing myself. I thought we were a good distance away from Mr. Bomb, but now I'm curious. Okay, so... let's set Mr. Bomb right here. 5 seconds is fine. Okay, so it spawns under your feet. And let's see, what about if we're back here? I am still hurting. Okay, the range on the bomb spell is ridiculous. Okay, you drop that and run, the whole place is going to go up. The whole room will immolate. That, wow, okay. Oh, dude. Okay, so what you do is you drop this, and then you run into a hallway or something, and you use the Apocalypse spell Raise Wall to literally seal your enemies into the room with the bomb where they will die. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Also, I think this goes well if you're running Ordinator. There is an illusion tree perk that allows you to cast spells silently. So you can literally stealth behind someone, drop the bomb at their feet, and get the heck out of dodge, because they all gonna die. They all gonna die so hard. Alright, next I want to show you guys a fire spell called Enchantment. So this one works a little differently. This is for your spell swords. So the first thing we're going to do is obviously bring forth our hapless victim. Brought to us all the way from Oblivion. We're going to actually arm an ebony sword, and then as a power, we're going to activate Fire Enchantment. Oh, I didn't have it on. Okay, so boom shakalaka. So as you can see, our sword is now fancy. There we go. And it sets people on fire and does extra damage. And of course, I whipped out an ebony sword, so this is doing a little more damage than it probably should if you were just starting at apprentice level. And there we go. See, it wore off, so we can do it again. So I don't know why this particular spell has to be activated as a power. It still draws on magicka, but I guess they do that so that if you're doing a sword and shield type character, you don't have to switch to your enchantment power every time, like your enchantment spell, and then arm your sword every single time. Because that I know that would bug me if I had to do that. So that takes care of Fire Enchantment. Let's go ahead and take that off the favorites list. This helps me to keep track of everything we've gone through thus far. All right, next I want to show you guys Firebolt Repeater. This is just mean. This is mean. Okay. So for those of you that have an inner pyro that just longs to light everything up, observe. I mean, what more do you need, right? It is a Firebolt machine gun. I feel like if you want to do a stark comparison between modded Skyrim and Skyrim, it is regular Firebolt versus machine gun Firebolt. Why would you ever need something beyond a Firebolt machine gun? I love it. These spells are so much fun. Alright, what's next on our list here? We can take off the Firebolt Repeater. Alright, next we have the Flying Bird Bomb. I have no idea what this is because I have never actually used it. So, what do you do? Oh, okay. That is that is more... I don't know why I wasn't expecting a literal bird flying into the target, but I was not expecting a literal bird to fly into the target. I don't know why. That's so funny to me. Oh, cuckoo, cuckoo got screwed. Oh, that is beautiful. That's fun. That is fun. I'm just gonna enjoy that for what it's worth. The Flying Bird Bomb. Alright, we gave them the bird, sir. We gave them the bird. Very nice, very nice. Okay, in the spirit of modded fire spells, we are now going to do the Firebolt Repeater. And yes, I mean, you guys can already guess exactly what it does. It must be just like the Firebolt Repeater. But for your inner pyro, please take a moment, take a deep breath, and just allow yourself to soak in the following. Oh, I love modded Skyrim. It is so much fun. Oh, that's just it's the bad guys be gone. That's fantastic. Now, keep in mind, probably we should talk a little bit about balance. This character, obviously, I just did some console magic and popped him up to full power. He's got 325 magicka, and to be fair, I burned through all of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right there, that's a third of my magicka, just gone. So it does absorb a lot of magicka, and a lot of monsters, when you get to higher levels, particularly in modded Skyrim, have fire resistance. So I know this. If you were to take this into vanilla Skyrim, everything would just die. But be warned that when you start modding bad guys, you may actually need this to not die. I will just leave it to that. I've been experimenting with mods that make Skyrim harder, and those are coming in the future, so you guys can know what that's like. But for now, that was our Firebolt Repeater. Fireball Repeater. Very different from Firebolt. Still fantastic. Alright, next we have Dragon Blast. Another one-handed spell. I've actually never used this spell before, so let's see what this does. I'm curious. Oh, okay. I'm liking this so far. Let's see, what's the range on this thing? Maximum range. Oh, no, okay, it takes a while to charge. That really does go. Okay, it is basically, yeah, it is the Dragon Breath. It is the Dragon Breath attack that your dragons do that just ignite everything in sight, and it does enough damage to take out Mr. Churl right at the start. So yeah, there's your inner dragon right there. I feel almost like, do you remember that scene in Avengers when Tony Stark is taking on Thor and you got that whole technology versus magic, man versus god vibe? I feel like this is the arcane spellcaster's answer to dragons. It's like, oh yes, I could go throughout all of the dungeons looking for all the dragon shouts, or I could just learn magic and do it myself. That's always an option. It must always be an option, but it could be because when I played Dungeons and Dragons, I'm always a wizard, because why would I turn down that many spells? So I also have that same kind of tendency that's like, well, magic can solve it. Magic can solve everything. I wish magic could solve everything. Okay, so that was our Dragon Blast attack. Let's see what's next on my list here. And next is Dragon Breath. So wait, that was the... Oh, geez. That wasn't even Dragon Breath. That was Dragon Blast. Okay, all right. So, impress me here. Let's see what... Okay! Oh, of course. Why? Why would I have thought it would have been anything else? Of course, it was a channeled version of Dragon's Breath. Oh, my inner pyro is so happy. And the graphics processing unit on my computer is so not. Oh, that is... Oh, and the range is just... That will go all the way to the other side of the house. Everything dies. That... Wait, why aren't you dead? Wow, he must have been just right on the edge. Interesting. That does less damage than the Fire Breath. Okay, note to self. The channeled spells do less damage than their raw counterparts. So your channeled Dragon's Breath, channeled Fireball, channeled Repeater, Firebolt Repeaters, they do less damage per hit than the the spells that they're drawn from. But I mean, why on earth would you not want this power? Oh, that's beautiful. And we step onto the little mat. Boop, Magicka back. I'm happy. Oh, this is fantastic. All right, where else? What other fire spells can we get into here? All right, next we have the Slasher. I don't know why it's called Slasher. Now we know why it's called Slasher. Wow, that hurt me. Why did that hurt me? What the? Okay. Okay, so it's kind of reminiscent for the Vampire Lord's attack from Sacrosanct. How it's... Oh, okay, it gets wider the further out you go. That's cool. So the diameter of the attack gets further out the longer you go. So I assume after like 200 or 300 feet, you're gonna cut right into the entire bandit camp. Oh, that's pretty. I like that it also sets on fire the ground between you and the target, so that if they do survive the first attack, they're still on fire as they're approaching you. That is a nice touch. That is a nice touch. Cool. I like it. All right, now we're getting into the master level spells, because why not? Holy crap. Okay, let's try Blazebolt. This one is a slow but immensely powerful condensed ball of fire that explodes upon impact to do a massive 195 damage to a single target in a 100-foot area. Okay, am I 100 feet away? I don't know. I hope this doesn't kill me. Okay, let's just save before I do this. I've experienced some friendly fire from some of these spells, so let's see what happens. Slow moving. Wow, very slow moving. Okay. Oh, well. All right then. That that was almost... The speed of the explosion was like humorously in contrast to how slow the projectile actually moves. I mean, you wouldn't exactly be using this to attack dragons out of midair, but that is pretty fun. That is fun. I like it. All right, what else we got? Next we have Blazebolt, which is labeled literally as cheat. Okay. Fast and immensely powerful condensed... Oh no. Fast? Oh no. Do you mean... Okay, it's just one spell. It's not concentrated, but... Oh, it's just faster. Okay, yeah. So, okay, that's interesting. So he gives you the option of either using the slower version that does a ton of damage, which can still work, particularly if you have enemies charging at you. Obviously, they'll just run right into it. And then this one is so destructive and so fast that he just calls it a cheat spell. I I approve of this message. I think, yes, that is an accurate designation for sure. It brings us to, you know what, we're going to save Blaze of Wrath for last. How does this Concussive Strike work? Blast a single target with fire magic, 75 damage. After 3 seconds, several explosions occur to do a total of 120 damage to a large area. So it's like the first strike is signaling your friends to bombard the place. And it's a good thing I saved before I did this, because I don't know how big the explosion's going to be. Okay, the target died. Do we still have... Oh, yes, okay. Okay, so regardless of whether or not your target dies, you still get the concussive force. Does the concussive force hit an area, or does it only activate if there's a target? 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it does have to hit a target. And then the location that the target is on when it's hit is what's about to get that exploded. That's kind of cool. It's like mortar shells. It's like you got a friend over on the ocean with a battleship that's just like, hey, here's a 10-pound shell with a 40-kiloton payload. Drop it right on your buddy's face. Ooh, okay. Yes, so keep in mind, these spells are hurting me. The exploding ones are hurting me. So friendly fire is a concern with these spells. You have been warned. The last spell we're going to look at is called Blaze of Wrath. One of the most powerful spells ever discovered. Where the spell is used, a cacophony of agony and grief follows. Deals 165 damage per blast to a large area. 3-second cast time. Oh, we're up to the two-handed master spells. Okay. Let's see. This, okay. I'm going to... Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. I was about to get all... I was about to give a speech before I set it off. I didn't realize it was a concentration spell. Ooh, okay. So, yeah, that just... Yeah, everything just dies. Blaze of Wrath, yeah, it's Blazebolts on repeat. Everything dies, pretty much. Good to know. Okay, so there were a couple other little tidbits that I wanted to share with you guys, and we're going to dial it down back to, where's our fire channel? There we go. Okay, we need an easier one here that isn't going to do as much damage. I'm going to explain why. So, Phenderix took it one step farther, beyond just adding in all of these extra spells, right? These spells can actually interact with each other, okay? So this spell here, this is a darkness type spell. It does like illusory fire that's supposed to destroy your mind. It's technically an illusion spell. But remember, flames also have a burning effect, while these illusory flames have what he calls corruption, which is like a mental burning effect. Now, if you have a target which is corrupted, which means it's got the purple flames, and then you hit it with fire, you will do extra damage because the illusory flames kind of feed off the real ones. And that is what happens. The explosion right there is what happens when you mix the darkness magic with fire magic. So he's got like 8 or 9 different elements here that we're going to explore over the next like 12 videos. There's arrow types, blood magic, curse magic, there's more darkness spells, divine magic, earth, elemental, frost, fire, lightning, and they interact in that way, in similar ways, right? So darkness and fire magic will explode. Now, if you whip out frost magic, that will obviously create the slowed effect, but in Phenderix's case, this will actually do a freezing effect. So you can see the ice effect there. And the freezing effect obviously slows them down, but if you mix it with fire, then they become steaming. And they're going to be steaming for 3 seconds and then waterlogged for 10. Now, waterlogged is an effect from these water spells. It actually slows down the target. Whoa. I haven't used that spell before. That was new. Hydro Touch. Okay, that's an apprentice level spell? Okay, so it drenches a target at close distance, making them become waterlogged. Waterlogged makes them slower. It also means that if they are waterlogged, you can hit them with fire and they will become steaming, which does extra damage. So that's another thing to keep in mind with these Phenderix spells, is that they interact with each other. Certain elements will interact with each other more starkly than what you had in vanilla Skyrim, where if you hit someone with frost and fire, it just applied a burning effect and the slowing effect, and they didn't interact at all. But in this case, so if you're using frost, then you're going to freeze the target, and then when you throw in fire, they will actually start a secondary effect called steaming, which does additional damage on top of your fire damage. So when we're going into blood magic and darkness magic, those all interact with other elements, and we will get into that in a lot more detail in another video. Well, thank you guys for walking through all of the fire spells that are provided by the Phenderix spell mod. Let me know what your favorite was. Obviously, there are plenty of examples of raw firepower, but my favorite is still the bird bomb. I don't know why. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what your favorite fire spell is from the Phenderix spell mod. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.